Hi, everyone. Welcome. Happy, what day is it? Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. And I want to address the problem with getting out the door in the morning. Hi, Layla. How are you? Good morning to everybody that's joining me, because getting out of the door in the morning is so often a huge issue with most families. It's chaotic, it's stressful, and to tell you the truth, if you and your children are starting out the day in chaos, stress, anger, irritability, what kind of day are you going to have? Frankly, let's talk about it. Not a very good one. So, how do we resolve that? And first, before we get into the details, let me introduce myself if you're new to my broadcast. And if you're new, I would love you to say hello, introduce yourself so I know who you are, and welcome. I'm here live Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm just outside Baltimore, Maryland. I'm Celia Kibler. I'm a family empowerment coach. I'm the author, let me speak, of the manual for parents. Guys, this is a manual. Get it. Look up anything. Find successful solutions. It's all in there. Easy to look up, just like a manual for your appliance. Probably better. So get that at celiasbooks.com, along with my children's books. I am grateful, all about me, and being different is fun. I am the mommy of 5 kids, 2 I gave birth to, 3 I gained through marriage, and I've been successfully parenting a blended family for over 27 years, and I've been a real live parent for over 40 years. And I've been working with parents and kids for 40 years. Too late for that, because I started a bit yelling after asking to get up to brush teeth after the 5th time. And Cairo, who is that? Anyway, I don't know if that's your name, but the problem with that is not the yelling. The problem is you're asking over and over and over again. And that's what you need to resolve. Ask the first time, ask the second time. If they don't follow through, there's a consequence. Don't resort to yelling. If you don't know, I'm on a mission to help 1 million parents from yelling at their kids. And I've almost reached it. So soon it will be 10 million. Okay. Hi, Anapan. All right. So let's talk about this thing called getting out the door in a sane, happy fashion. Because for most people, this is a challenge. So let's see if we can ease you up a little bit, get you a little help that you can put into place tomorrow morning, the next morning, whatever the next morning is. First of all, you need a solid morning routine. What do I mean by that? So many people go, oh, yeah, we have a morning routine. So we get up, we brush our teeth, we go to the bathroom, we put on our pajama, we put on our clothes, blah, 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 blah. We done. A solid routine is how your children learn, they become confident, and they become independent. So you're not always going, come on, honey. And they're not always going, what do I need to do next? Or getting distracted and playing and then not getting anything done. So, number 1, a solid routine is step by step by step, the same thing day after day after day after day. Create that routine with your child. Let them have input. Okay. So, number 1, we get up in the morning. We have our clothes picked out the night before. So that's one less thing you have to do in the morning. Anything you can do the night before, making lunches, filling water bottles, fixing your backpack, anything that can be done the night before, do it, because it's that many less things you have to do in the morning. Okay. So, morning routine. We wake up, then we go potty, then we brush our teeth, then we get dressed, then we put our shoes on. So unless you're really adverse to having your shoes on in the morning, And in the house, I mean, get them to put them on right when they get dressed, because shoes are always another struggle in the morning, fighting over getting shoes on. The only thing they should have to do when they walk out that door is put on a coat if it's necessary and grab the backpack. That should be it. Everything else should be done. So that solid routine happens, and then we go for breakfast. And we eat breakfast. Once we eat breakfast, then if you time it correctly and you start that routine, I recommend an hour before you have to leave. Then you time it correctly. That routine should only take a half hour. Now you've got like 25 to 30 minutes left before you have to leave. This is a great time to reward your child with playtime. Once everything is done, the backpacks are in order, the shoes are on, the clothes are on, the teeth are brushed, the potty has been completed, you've eaten breakfast, everything is done. There is not one thing lacking. Then it's playtime. If you can play with your child, that's a real encouraging bonus. If not, let them play on their own. Playtime is great. And then at playtime, once that is getting about 10 minutes to the time you have to leave, you want to give your child a warning. Say, hey guys, you know what? We got to leave in a few minutes. You can have 2 or 3 more minutes to play. What would you like? 3 minutes. Okay, but set the timer. 3 minutes, we're out that door getting ready to go. Why do I say 10 minutes? Because sometimes all of a sudden they have to go to the bathroom, or there may be something delaying. So 10-minute window with them ready and getting ready out the door, you're always on time, if not early. Wake up, medicate, quick workout, brush teeth, get dressed for the day, then a power breakfast and out the door. Love it, love it, love it. And you know what? If you're doing a quick workout as part of your morning routine, get your kids to work out with you. I own a kids fitness company, Fun Fit Family Fitness. We are all about parents and children working out together, having fun together, exercising together. Go for a walk, run out and play, do whatever you need to do, but try to encourage family involvement. Okay, now you have your morning routine in place. You've gotten everything done. Now's a little time for playtime, relaxing time, time together. Maybe you're reading books, you're doing a puzzle. Do something with your children. That is the real reward when you do it with your kids. Now that's all done. You're walking out the door and you're on time. Follow that routine and you will leave on time, peacefully and happy every morning. So now I know what you're saying, because I get asked this question a lot. Okay, so we've got this morning routine, but my children don't follow it. Or not only do they not follow it, they dawdle. We go, by the time I'm up there, I'm like, okay, get up, get up, get up. They're laying in bed. They're pushing the snooze alarm. How do I get them moving? All of but the 5-year-old works out with us in the morning. We've got 5 kiddos, so 4. Yes, excellent. High five on that. How do I get them moving in the morning? Well, depending on the age of your child, I have clients with kids of all ages. And, if they're anywhere from about 7 and up, and especially preteens and teenagers, they should be waking up to an alarm, not you. What if it's the mom that's a mess? I'm trying to get it together. Sometimes it is. Give yourself that morning routine. Get on the morning routine. Get on that morning routine. It will make a huge difference for you too. And get up earlier than your kids. I was going to address that. But since you asked the question, get up earlier than your children, about a half hour, so you can pull yourself together and then go take care of the kids. Okay. Requires a little earlier wake up, but do it. You'll feel so much better. You'll be so much happier. It's worth not being stressed out. Okay. So next question. My toddler is 3 years old and she is crying every day when I drop her off. Any suggestions? please. Okay, let me address that in a second. Let me get finished with the wake up, and I will absolutely address that. Um, so when they get up, they wake up to an alarm. Make that their responsibility. If they're little, you're going to have to wake them up. And the easiest thing to get kids to do first is to sit up in bed and sit at the side of the bed, especially if they're older and they're waking up an alarm. Once that alarm goes off, get them to sit up and sit there on the side of the bed. And they can even count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then get moving. And it will get them started. If they're still laying down, they're going to fall back asleep. So get them to sit up. If you're coming in and waking them up, bring on the daytime. Open shades, take their blankets off, inspire them to get moving, and be happy to greet them in the morning. Be like a dog. Honey, I'm so happy to see you. Oh, we have so much done. We got so much exciting things to do today. And remember that added in playtime to remind them that they're going to play. Have them pick out something that they want to play the night before. So they go to bed remembering that when they get their stuff done, it's playtime. It will encourage them and help them. Okay, so to your question about the 3-year-old crying every day when you drop her off. Remember that when you drop off a child to school, a little guy, that's a big separation from you. They're anxious because you're leaving. Keep in mind, I've been running camps for 3 to 6-year-olds for almost 40 years. There is always a child once in a while that cries before I drop them off. When their parent drops them off. Once we get the child, once we get them engaged in activities, it is seriously merely seconds before they stop crying, minutes at the most, and they stop crying and they're engaged. They're just sad to leave you. Please don't just walk out and leave a child without saying goodbye. Many parents will do that to avoid the tantrum. Don't do that because kids never know whether you're coming back. Their biggest fear is mommy or daddy coming back? So let them know, I'll be back in a little while. I'll be back after work. I'll be back after my meeting. Whatever it is, let them know you're coming back. And then when you come back, especially for little kids, like, I'm back. Let's go home. Be happy. Greet them, excited, so that they get excited. You know they're having a great time in school. It's just the separation. So sometimes you got to talk about it in the car. Honey, we're going to school. I can't wait. What do you think you're going to do today? Who are you going to play with? And you know what? Once I go, I'll be back in just a little while. I got to go to work for a few hours. I'll be back. Kids don't know what a few hours is. Little kids don't. They don't know what a little while is. It all just guarantees them that you're coming back. Big hugs, big kisses. I love you, and out the door. Okay. Their teachers or daycare providers or camp leaders will take care of calming them down. Okay. They really calm down quickly. I guarantee you. Okay. And welcome to all the new people that are joining me. Guys, it is important to put these things in place because when you start a day yelling and screaming, how do you feel? How are you possibly going to have a good day? How is your child possibly going to have a good day? They're not. So you're setting the whole day up for failure. We want them to be excited. We want them to look forward to learning and seeing their friends and having a great time. We have to set them up for success. And I want to tell you guys, I'm going to be doing a 3-hour class free on how to stop yelling at your kids during the International Day of Calm, which is coming April 5th, 6th, and 7th. April 5th, 6th, and 7th. The International Day of Calm is on April 5th. If you'd like to participate in my class and the other classes for the summit, that is the 5th, 6th, and 7th, with lots of great speakers, I can't even tell you, go to dayofcalm.org, dayofcalm.org. Pledge to be calm that day, pledge to learn more, be a part of really encouraging everyone to take responsibility for their own actions and being the role model to our children that we need to be, because yelling at your kids is not the answer. And all of us, whether we have our own children or not, are role models to children. They are looking up to all of us. Thank you, Anapan. They look up to sports figures, actors, actresses, the mailman, people in the stores, all the people in your neighborhood, neighbors. Everyone is a role model to a child. So it is all of our responsibility to portray a calm, a responsible, a cooperative adult who is giving the best example of how to be compassionate to others, how to be willing to listen and learn and understand, and how to not be violent, aggressive, yell, scream, judge, criticize, hate. We want to make better generations to come. That's how we're going to do it, one person at a time. It is up to each of us to take responsibility for our own actions, to think before we act. Oh, you're the sweetest. Call my kids and and tell them. I'll be your mommy. Don't worry. I love having more children. Or your grandmommy. I can be your grandmommy too. Gammon. My kids call me Gammon. It is really vital. Back, that was our temporary break. Back to what I was talking about. It is vital that we all take control of our lives. God forbid yelling, hitting, fighting, hating. None of that is a parenting strategy. None of that is a life strategy. Aggression does not solve problems. Fighting, screaming matches does not solve problems. What solves problems in your personal life, in your community, in your world is talking to each other, listening, understanding that if two people don't agree, they each have valid reasons of why they feel that way. You may not agree, and it's okay not to agree. We each have our own brain. But listening to the other's reasons why they feel a certain way, they may be perfectly valid, and they are valid to them. And you may actually go, "Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it that way." Because we all come to the world with different perspectives. We all come in our own perspective. No one shares the same perspective as another person. We do not see the world the same way. You need to see the world through your eyes and create what you think others are seeing, especially your children. Try to see the world through their eyes. What is their view on this? How do I feel about spanking? Okay, quick spanking statement. Everything you do, good or not so good, you give your children permission to do. I'll repeat that. Everything you do, good or not so good, you give your children permission to do. So, if your child is hitting and you spank them, it makes no sense. Why? Because you're trying to get them not to hit and you hit them. So I'm going to teach you not to hit by hitting you. Does that make sense? No. I'm going to teach you not to be aggressive and have a tantrum by hitting you. All you do when you hit a child is you give them permission to hit. If you hit, they'll hit. Communication is 80% nonverbal, 20% the words you say. 20% what you say, 80% your actions, the tone of voice, the rolling of your eyes, the little nonverbal cues that we give each other. That's what communication is. And if you are yelling, you give your child permission to yell. If you are spanking them, there is no reason on this planet that you should hit or have to hit another human being. If your children aren't listening, it is because you do not have certain strategies in place. You are not creating a cooperative home. You are fighting it all the way. And when you fight it and when you cause chaos and you cause stress, your children act on all of that. If you are stressed out, they are stressed out. If you feel chaotic, they feel chaotic. If you are creating a calm, cooperative home, they feel calm and cooperative. I raised 5 children, 3 of them stepchildren, in a blended family without yelling. You do not have to yell. Should you have limits and boundaries in place? Absolutely. Should you have consequences in place? Absolutely. But should you always have you should also have encouragement in place. Humans do stuff much more based on encouraging each other and an encouraging atmosphere than not. And I've had people say, well, you give them stickers or something like that. Is that bribery? I ask you, if you work a job and you are offered a raise because your boss appreciates the hard work and the effort you put in, do you say, no, I don't need that raise? Nope, I'm good. No, you take the raise, you appreciate it. You get a certificate, you appreciate it. You worked hard, you put in an effort, a good effort. Guess what? Your children appreciate the effort too. They appreciate understanding that they are working hard to get something achieved. And if you start noticing the good and start letting your kids know that you noticed, let me tell you, it's going to make a world of difference. Kids grow up to be bad kids when they're always yelled at. Because when we yell at our kids, we feel like everything we do is wrong. The kids feel like everything they do is wrong. They start believing they're a bad kid because they're always getting yelled at. Because never when they do something right does anyone say anything to them. We only take time to respond to the negative. If you're an adult right now and you second guess yourself and you have low confidence and you think that everything you do is wrong and you don't feel comfortable about speaking up and you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. This is too much for me. I won't do a good job anyway. I never do a good job. If all those things run through your head, guess where they came from? All those thoughts came from when you were a child and the way you were parented. You either gained confidence and knew that you were a good, positive, contributing human being, or you learned that, you know what? Everything you did was wrong. Everything you do is wrong. You do nothing right. The opposite. So if you believe that everything you do is wrong, you also believe that you do nothing right. You believe that you're not worthy. Thank you. Thank you, Moody. Thank you. Oh, I love you too. Thank you, honey. I hope it helps. And please reach out to me if you have any questions after reading my book. Remember that what we say to our children, how we act to our children, the behaviors that we do that they're modeling is what is going to create the kind of adult they're going to become. And if we want to change the next generation and the next one and the next one, we're the ones that have to say, this ends with me. I am not yelling anymore. I am not being aggressive to my child. I am not being frustrated. Oh, this hair's like making me crazy. Sorry. We're the ones that have to change. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, finish that quote. It's a sign of insanity. If you want things to change, you have to change. You are in control of you. Can one person change the world? Absolutely. Because you know what? If you've got kids or you've got children in your family and you become a more positive, grateful, happy person, guess what those kids become? And where is the next generation? They're standing right next to you, about yay high. If we don't take time to stop yelling, if we don't realize that it's up to us to better this world one child at a time, we're going to always face all the adversity that's in this place. We're going to face all the division. We are not going to be creating unity. We are not going to have a place where peace rules the world, not war and fighting. Thank you, Anupam. If we don't take responsibility for ourselves, if we are blaming, making excuses, criticizing others, ridiculing others, judging others, and this includes your children, that's where all this defiance comes from. That's where all this built-in anger comes from. And that's where you find that the next generation becomes angrier and angrier and angrier. I feel that spanking, like most things, has its place in the home. After words aren't effective, then the spanking is used. We spend a lot of time pointing out positive behavior and redirecting the negative, so we don't really spank a lot. However, it's something we believe in. And I'm not one to judge you. If you believe in it, great. If you would like to find out ways that you don't have to spank, because I, as an experienced parent of 40 years, an author, a family empowerment coach, a counselor, experience with children, I guarantee you there are ways that your children will cooperate that you are not incorporating in your home and you're resulting in spanking. The reason I say this is, thank you for saving this live. The reason I say that is because when you spank a child, when you yell and scream and use any other kind of aggression to a child, they are responding not because they want to cooperate. They are responding from fear. You are making them afraid of you, and they are merely responding because they're afraid of what's coming next. Respect is not automatic. Respect is a two-way street. When you offer children respect, and that can happen in so many ways when things are negotiable, non-negotiables, there are non-negotiables in life. And children, adults, everybody knows it. But when you start offering respect to your child as a human being, they start offering respect back. I've raised 5 teenagers respectfully. They've had troubles, some haven't. They are incredible adults. I cannot be more proud of these 5 kids. When you start treating another human being, no matter how tall or how small, with respect, changes everything. Changes everything. And you will receive respect back. So I just reach out that if you want to know more, if you want help, if you want to learn how you don't have to spank, reach out to me. I understand the methods you use are the methods you use. I'm trying to help you understand that there are some really awesome, great ways out there to change the family dynamic. And I'm grateful that you are noticing a lot of the positive behavior. Okay, guys. So your homework tonight. How do you save this live? I'm old, operator error. I don't know how you save it. There must be like a button. Isn't there a button you push? Something. There's a button, I'm sure. Share it out. Share it out. That will help too. Because I think if you share it out, maybe you save it. I don't know. I hate to be so naive on that, but old people only know so much about technology. But there must be a button. There must be something to save. Maybe like the 3 dots. Are there 3 dots somewhere and you hit it and it saves the life? Anyway, somebody else, Cairo, can you tell him how to save the live? Because he doesn't know how, or she doesn't know how. Okay. So homework tonight, guys. I'm going to give you homework because please don't just listen. I want you to take action. Okay. Sit down with your children. Good. I'm glad, Anupam. Sit down with your children and talk about the mornings. Talk about creating this morning routine. Really sit down like this. Go, okay, guys, we're going to get everything organized in the morning because I know I'm frustrated. I'm pretty sure you're frustrated about how our mornings go. So what are all the things we need to do? Everyone brainstorm, make a list. If you have a child that can write, let them write down what everybody's saying. Now say, okay, let's all put it in order together and put it in order. And then say, I would like to add one more thing. How about we have a little playtime before you have to go? Yes, love it. You can even do that with older kids if you're trying to control screen time. They can get a 10-minute screen time bonus if that's something you want to do. But the important thing is everything needs to be done before the playtime comes in. Everything. Don't say, oh, well, you didn't brush your teeth. Okay, we'll play, then go brush your teeth. No, that's going to cause a fight. Okay. Oh, and this is also being streamed, thank you, Anupam, on my YouTube channel, Pumped Up Parenting with Celia Kibler. So it's also there, Pumped Up Parenting with Celia Kibler. Okay, so that's your homework. Set up a morning routine with your children. Sit down together. Make it fun. Have snacks. Make a little spritzer. You know how you make spritzer? So you take a cup, doesn't have to be this gigantic. You put in about a third of 100% juice. Put some sparkling water or seltzer in there. Put some frozen fruit in there, a straw, and umbrella. It's a party. You can subscribe so that you don't miss the gold. Yes, you can subscribe. Thank you, Anupam. So do that, relax, and talk about a morning routine and how you can make it better. And what is everyone's goal? Everyone's goal is to actually get out the door with a smile on their face. That's your goal, okay? And please reach back out to me and let me know how it went. Second homework, go to dayofcalm.org, dayofcalm.org. Pledge the day. Read about our school in Uganda that we're trying to build permanent buildings for and help the kids get clothes and supplies and all that good stuff. If you're able to support the school, great. I appreciate even $1 helps us. If you can't, no worries. I would love you just to participate in the day, find some classes you love, join my Stop Yelling class, and do a home project. Do something at home that can create more calm, less stress, less chaos. Maybe you all decide to clean out a closet or clean out the toy room together or plant a family garden. Take action. Start making this world the best place I know it can be, because I know each and every one of you can do it. I have so much faith in you. All right, guys, gotta go. Thank you, thank you, thank you for spending 36 minutes out of your busy schedule here with me. I know we're all busy, and I'm grateful that you chose to be here and contribute. I appreciate it. I wish you all days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. Don't forget, things are funny. You're funny. Your kids are funny. Spend time laughing. It really is the best medicine. And I'll see you here next time in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and around the web. Everybody have an awesome day. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye. Hold on. I have to figure out how to end broadcast. Oops, that didn't work.